Eric Calciano is the lead benefits advisor with New City Insurance. And Eric, I tried to lay it out here. Basically, increased costs all around inevitably get passed on to us, right?
Yep, that is correct. What we're seeing is increased costs, and it's going to be absorbed by one of two parties. When we're talking about specifically the survey that we looked at with Kaiser Family Foundation, and they're looking at employer-sponsored health plans, it's either going to be absorbed by the employer or it's going to be absorbed by the employees.
So what does that mean to each?
Well, it means higher operating costs for the business, and it means if they decide to pass that cost along to their employees. Now, it does seem like, based on the surveys, only 1 in 4 employers are actually planning on passing those costs along to their employees over the next couple of years. So the vast majority of businesses are actually looking to absorb these costs because they realize that their employees can't continue to absorb them. But for those employees that do absorb those costs, that do get some of it passed along to them, we're going to see more and more underinsured individuals, people who have coverage but have such high copays and out-of-pocket maximums and everything else that they just have trouble actually getting care, and they forego accessing care when they need it.
Which is, of course, not anything any of us want to deal with. So how many people are dependent on an employer-sponsored health insurance plan right now?
We've got about half of the country, 150 million Americans.
Wow. All right, how much are we talking about as far as the increased amount? If the insurance companies are passing along the increased cost to the employers or to us, what does that translate into as far as dollar value goes?
Yeah, so we saw the largest increase in coverage since 2011, so about 12 years, and that's taking the costs for a family up to about $24,000 for the year. That's on looking at the average number.
Wow.
And for an individual, $24,000. Yeah. And for an individual, it's at $8,400.
Jeepers. So I'm just thinking about this $24,000, and holy cow! When you mention a number like that, I just did some time talking about new vehicle prices and things like that. I mean, you're talking about a pretty good chunk of a new vehicle at $24,000. If my new vehicle could just figure out how to, resuscitate me, it might be worth just putting the money into the car.
Right. Yeah, exactly. If it's got like a surgery table in the back, it might be good.
Is there anything that the employers can do to negotiate with the insurance companies to try to, keep those costs down without losing too much in the way of benefits?
Yeah, there certainly is. And what we see is that the companies that are doing the best are the largest companies in the country for a variety of reasons. One is they do have some more bargaining power, but the other thing is that they tend to use more sophisticated strategies when they're administering their benefits and creating their benefits plans. And we're seeing small and mid-sized employers adopting these strategies that the jumbo employers of the country use as costs are going up, and they're looking for ways to take control of their benefit spends. And essentially what those large companies are doing, and what more and more small and mid-sized businesses are doing, is they're working with unbundled health insurance plans. So you've got bundled plans where all of the functions of the plan are preset by the carrier, and you buy it off the shelf. But when you do that, when you buy it bundled, it's using the vendors inside of the plan that are going to function to the profit of the insurance carrier and not necessarily work to the best interest of the employer or the employee. When they unbundle that, they unbundle things like claims management, pharmacy benefit management, we can see significant drops in overall costs for the same quality of care.
Interesting. Listen, Eric, this is far more exciting than most of the conversations I have with my wife, so which is really saying something, because we're talking about insurance. And let's face it, Eric, it's not the life of the party. Am I right? There's just nobody's like, Eric, will you come over and just talk to us about bundling? It sounds great. You and Jake from State Farm can get together and just entertain us for hours. So
no, I've been kicked out of my fair share of parties for sure.
Eric, I appreciate you enlightening us on this. We're going to keep you on the speed dial when it comes to trying to keep our costs down, and a number of employers I know are very interested in what you had to say today as well. So thank you, Eric. I appreciate your time.